morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we will be learning a very interesting chapter from your science textbook, that is reflection of light. Now, in this chapter, you will need a basic information about light that you have learned in your 7th and your 8th standard. I hope that you remember what is the meaning of light and what is reflection of light. Now, in this class, we will be learning more about reflection of light, how different types of mirrors are there, and how reflection occurs because of those type of mirrors. So, everything is very interesting because you have already experienced this. So, let's get started and start with the chapter reflection of light. So in this class, we will be learning about mirrors and types of mirrors, spherical mirrors and image formed by them, magnification due to spherical mirrors. So let us first quickly revise about what is light. Now, whenever it is night time or when you are in the room and the lights are off, completely off and there is no source of light coming in, what do you experience? You experience complete darkness, right? And if you put on the lights, or even if you during the day when you get up in the morning you see light. Now what exactly is light? Let us understand that. Now when you put on any source of light, you find that things are very visible to you in the surrounding. जो भी चीजें हम लोग को साफ दिखाई देने लगती है. So light is an agent which gives us information about what is happening in our surrounding. We can enjoy various wonders of nature like the sunrise, sunset and rainbow only because there is light. तो जो हमें दिखाई देते rainbows during the rainy season, you see every day you see sunrise and sunset. This is all because of what? Because of naturally light that is present. It is only because of light that we can see the lush green vegetation, that is the plants, the grass, colorful flowers, deep blue skies in the day, stars shining in the dark night sky, in the beautiful world around us. So everything that you see, the moment you open your eyes and if you look around, anything that you are able to see is all because of light. So we can see the man-made objects in our surroundings as well. It is very important thing because when you close your eyes you see nothing. Okay, there is complete darkness, but as soon as you open your eyes you see everything around you, whether it is naturally occurring things or man-made things like table, fans, tube lights, wall, cupboard, bed. Okay, so all these things are visible to us only because of light. What is light? Light is an electromagnetic radiation which causes the sensation of vision. Now, any source of light, that is whether it is your sun or the tube lights or the bulbs that are there in your house, they are emitting electromagnetic radiations which are falling onto our eyes and on the object, and that reflection which is occurring, that is the reason that you see things. ठीक है, उस वजह से हम लोग चीजें देख पाते हैं. वो जो रेडिएशंस हो रही है, that is the reason हमारी आंखों में वो चीज का इमेज फॉर्म होता है और हम लोग को वो चीज दिखाई देती है. ठीक है, so I hope with this the concept of light is clear to all of you. So let us understand the next term that you have already learned in your previous standard, that is reflection. So what is meant by reflection of light and which are the different types of reflection? Now if you are able to see the moon in the sky and you can see that there is water, and in that water you can see the reflection of the moon, right? There is the picture of the moon in the water also, but it is not actually a moon. It is just the reflection. Means when the light is falling onto the surface of water, it is reflecting back. Okay, and that is the reason your eyes can perceive the image. all right, in that water as well. So the light which reflects directly from various surfaces around us, you see that phenomena every now and then. Everything that you see is because of light getting reflected. You have already learned that the reflection from smooth, flat surfaces is regular reflection, while rough surfaces reflect light irregularly. In your previous standard, you have learned about diffuse reflection, and you've also seen how the clear reflection also takes place, the regular reflection, which is formed when the rays are falling onto the flat and a smooth surface. Okay, in order to understand more about it, let's continue ahead and see how exactly that happens. So here we can see the two types of reflection, that is clear versus diffuse reflection. Now let us understand about both of them so that things become clear when we study about this in our later part of the chapter. So if the surface here is smooth, shiny surface, it will have a clear reflection like this. So here the surface that you see, it is flat and smooth. Okay. And if the reflection, if the sun rays are falling onto it, it will have a clear reflection like this. Okay. So this is what is known as clear reflection. Whereas if there is a surface which is rough or dull like this, it will have a diffuse reflection. Now diffuse reflection means like this. The rays are falling like this and it will not get reflected like that in the first case. ठीक है, ये किसी भी तरीके से जिस हिसाब से सरफेस है उस हिसाब से रेज फॉल होगी और रिफ्लेक्ट होगी. So the diffuse reflection is when light is scattered in different directions. So this is an example of diffuse reflection. Okay, reflection दोनों सिनेरियो में होती है, but उसके जो टाइप्स है वो थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है. ठीक है, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन क्लियर and diffuse reflection. Now let us understand the main concept in our textbook that we have this year, that is mirror and types of mirrors. Now you must have used mirrors so many times throughout the day also and throughout the life up till now. हम लोग mirrors का कितना इस्तेमाल करते हैं ना. अभी सिर्फ हमारी शक्ल देखने के लिए ही नहीं, बहुत सारी जगहों पर मिरर्स होते हैं जो हम लोगों को पता भी नहीं होता. लाइक दैट इन द व्हीकल्स, जो गाड़ियों में लगे होते हैं साइड में, ठीक है, या फिर आगे की तरफ लगे होते हैं, so that you can see the vehicle which is coming behind, right? So there also mirrors are used. There are so many different types of mirrors which are used for different purposes. ठीक है, तो it is important for us to understand about each of them in today's class. So let us first understand about how and who came up with the idea of mirror. So this was a German scientist, Justus von Liebig. He coated the plain surface of a piece of ordinary glass with silver metal and made the first mirror. जो glass form हुआ था, ठीक है, you all have learned how glass is made in your previous standards. If not, you can just go through some of the videos how glass is made and then you will understand about this. Normally a glass is transparent on both the sides, ठीक है, बट वो जब ट्रांसपेरेंट होता है ना तो उसमें हमारी इमेज नहीं दिखाई देती. जो मिरर में हम लोग जो यूज करते हैं जिसमें हमें हमारी शक्ल दिखाई देती है, ऑब्जेक्ट्स दिखाई देते हैं, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ मिरर. ठीक है, उसे मिरर क्यों बोला जा रहा है? बिकॉज उसका एक साइड है ना सिल्वर मेटल से कोट किया जाता है ताकि जो हमारी इमेज पड़ रही है वो थ्रू एंड थ्रू पास ना हो जाए बल्कि रिफ्लेक्ट और हम लोगों को दिखाई दे. ठीक है, सो here the picture that you can see of this man, he is a German scientist, Justus von Liebig. He coated the plain surface of a piece of ordinary glass. सादा सा ग्लास लेकर उसके बैक साइड पे सिल्वर मेटल से कोटिंग किया गया था and that made the first mirror. Such a mirror is called as a silvered glass mirror. ठीक है, so let's understand about the silver glass mirror also in detail. Now this is how your mirror looks like, right? हम लोगों के घरों में जो मिरर्स होते हैं वो हम लोगों को इस तरीके की इमेज दिखाई देती है उसमें. So what is a mirror? In scientific language, a surface which reflects light and creates clear image is called a mirror. ठीक है, साइंटिफिक टर्म में क्या मिरर है? मिरर तो हम लोग जो आईना बोलते हैं, ठीक है, उसे हमेशा हम लोग यूज करते हैं, बट हम लोगों को साइंटिफिक वर्ड्स में पता नहीं है उसे किस तरीके से लिखेंगे ना. तो here it is clearly and easily it is shown that any surface which reflects light, जो लाइट को रिफ्लेक्ट करती है और हमारी एक क्लियर इमेज बनती है उसके ऊपर, उसे हम लोग मिरर कहते हैं. ठीक है, अ मिरर इज अ रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस. मीन्स वो जो सिल्वर प्लेटिंग जो लगी है पीछे, उसके वजह से जो लाइट पड़ रही है ग्लास पे वो रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है, और रिफ्लेक्ट होने से एक इमेज हम लोगों को उस पर फॉर्म होती हुई दिखाई देती है, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, we use various types of mirrors in our daily life. Mirrors are of two types, plane mirrors and spherical mirrors. Now, this is something new that you need to remember, that mirrors are of two types. We use mirrors every day, right? But हम लोग को ये नहीं पता था कि दो टाइप के mirrors होते हैं. Plane mirrors जो हम लोग normally हमारे घरों में इस्तेमाल करते हैं, ठीक है, and spherical mirrors that are used for various other purposes that we will be discussing in today's class. Okay. Let us now understand about how reflection takes place. Now here if you see, there is a surface, plane surface given to us, and there is an imaginary line which is constructed here, that is known as the surface normal. Now this ray, the black color ray that you see which is falling onto the surface right at the normal, that ray is called as the incident ray. And this ray is then reflected, and that red color ray that you see is called as the reflected ray or exit ray. Okay? So here these rays are forming angles with the normal. जो बीच में जो डॉटेड लाइन दिखाई दे रही है जो नॉर्मल है, उससे वो एंगल्स फॉर्म हो रहे हैं. So this angle where you can see the ray of incident ray and the normal, and the angle which is formed because of the reflected ray and the normal, the angles are of the same size. ठीक है, same measure है दोनों angles का. And this explains us that how reflection takes place. So we describe the path of light as a straight line rays. Reflection of a flat surface follows a simple rule, that is angle in, which is incident ray, which is equal to the angle out, that is reflection. Angles measured from surface normal, which is perpendicular line that you can see to the surface. Okay? So these are a few terms that you need to remember in order to explain reflection. Alright, I will be showing all a video also related to how reflection takes place, and in order to understand this diagram as well. This diagram is important, so please see to it that you all remember it properly. And the angles which are formed because of incident ray is called as angle of incidence, and the angle formed by the reflected ray is called as angle of reflection. Alright.
Good morning, children. Now we know about the laws of reflection. So let us revise how reflection is formed. Here, there is an object in front of the mirror. Let's look into just point of that object to see how reflection of that is formed in the mirror. Say, two rays of light are coming from point A of an object. It strikes the mirror PQ at point M, N, N. So we can say AM and AN are the incident rays. Now let's draw the two normal. One at point M and another at point N. As we know, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So we can draw the reflected rays. Now these reflected rays reach your eye. If we extend the reflected rays backward, you would see that they meet at a point, say X. So, it would appear that rays are coming from a virtual point which is X. We can say that a virtual image of point A is formed at X. If we measure the distance between A and the mirror and also the distance between X and the mirror, what do you see? We would find that both the distances are actually same. So, from this we can conclude that the distance between the object and the mirror is equal to the distance between the mirror and the image, that is AO is equal to OX. So now you know, in case of reflection, the distance between the mirror and object is same as the distance between the image and the mirror. That's all for now. Bye bye children.
We have already learnt about how an image is formed. In the very beginning, I have explained you all कि हम लोगों को कोई चीज क्यों दिखाई देती है, because of the light which is falling into our eyes, because of the reflection of the light from that object. Okay, तो हम लोगों को एक इमेज दिखाई देती है कोई भी चीज की. अगर आप लोगों को अभी टीवी दिख रहा है, अगर आप लोगों को लैपटॉप दिख रहा है, या फिर आप लोगों को मोबाइल फोन दिख रहा है, फैन, कोई भी चीज हमारे घर में दिखाई दे रही है, इट इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ लाइट. लाइट है तो इमेज फॉर्म हो रही है. ठीक है, हम लोग को लाइट की वजह से इमेज दिखाई देती है. सो इमेज इज अ रिप्रोडक्शन डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम लाइट. नाउ देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ इमेजेस. फर्स्ट इज द रियल इमेज एंड द अदर इज द वर्चुअल इमेज. ना अब ये रियल इमेज और वर्चुअल इमेज में डिफरेंस क्या है, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट. नाउ there are two objects that are placed on the screen that you can see right now. Okay, जो object है उसके ऊपर light rays fall हो रही है और वो reflect हो रही है, उसकी वजह से उसकी image बन रही है हमारी eyes में. So that image जो आप लोगों को actually में body दिखाई दे रही है, टाल दिखाई दे रहा है, fan दिखाई दे रहा है, ये एक real image है. ठीक है, आप लोग उसको light उसके ऊपर पड़ रही है. The light rays actually pass through the image really exist in space or on a screen, for example, whether you are looking or not. ठीक है, तो हम लोग उसे एक्चुअली में देख सकते हैं, तो वो रियल इमेज है. वर्चुअल इमेज भी हम लोग देख सकते हैं, बट वर्चुअल इमेज थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. नो लाइट रेज एक्चुअली पासिस थ्रू द इमेज. मतलब जो अगर बॉल है तो उसके थ्रू लाइट फॉल उसके थ्रू पास नहीं हो रही है. उसके ऊपर जैसे हम लोग ने रियल इमेज में पढ़े थे, रियल इमेज के ऊपर लाइट रेज एक्चुअली पास होती है उसके थ्रू. ठीक है, बट वेर एज वर्चुअल इमेज के अंदर देयर इज नो लाइट रेज विच इज एक्चुअली पासिंग थ्रू द इमेज, only appears to be coming from the image. So image only exists when rays are traced back to perceive location of source. तो आप लोग जो मिरर में अपने आप को देखते हो ना, वो एक तरीके का वर्चुअल इमेज है. वहां पर एक्चुअली में आपकी बॉडी है नहीं, बट सिर्फ आपका इमेज उसके ऊपर फॉल हो रहा है. ठीक है, सो दैट टाइप ऑफ एन इमेज इज कॉल्ड एज अ वर्चुअल इमेज. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. So let us understand more about the real image. Real image is made from real light rays that converge at a real focal point. So the image is real. हम लोगों को वो actually में दिखाई देती है, क्योंकि उस पे light rays actually पड़ रही है और reflect हो रही है, और हम लोगों को उसकी वजह से वो object दिखाई देता है, and that is the reason it is called as a real image. It can be projected onto a screen because light passes through the point where the image appears. अगर हम लोग उसे स्क्रीन के ऊपर देखना चाहते हैं तो भी हम लोग देख सकते हैं, because you can the light actually passes through the point where the image appears. Okay, it is always inverted when it is always, whenever you see it on the screen, it is always inverted. वर्चुअल इमेज इज नॉट अ रियल इमेज. ठीक है, आप लोगों को मैं बोल रही हूँ ना, अगर आप लोग मिरर में दिखाई दे रहे हो तो क्या वहां पर रियल में आप खड़े हो? नहीं. सो वर्चुअल इमेज इज नॉट अ रियल इमेज बिकॉज इट कैन नॉट बी प्रोजेक्टेड. मतलब वो इमेज हम लोग आपस से दिखाए, हम लोग को सामने नहीं दिखाई दे सकती. ठीक है, हम लोग उसे फील नहीं कर सकते, कैन नॉट प्रोजेक्ट इट. Images only seems to be there. Okay, if you see in a mirror, if you see in any glass, If you see yourself or any object, you can just see it. Okay, it is there, but actually it is not there. So images only seems to be there. हम लोग को ऐसा लगता है कि वो वहां है, बट अगर हम लोग मिरर में हाथ लगाएंगे तो क्या हम लोगों को वो चेयर या आपकी बॉडी फील होगी? नहीं. So that is a example of what? That is an example of a virtual image. So I hope if you remember these two examples, no, one is if you see a ball, if you can touch it, if you can feel it, that is a real image because light is passing through that ball and because of that it is real. Whereas if you see a mirror and if you see your image in the mirror, that image is a virtual image because you cannot touch it, you just can see it, you cannot perceive it, you cannot feel it. Okay, so that is a virtual image example. Let us understand the difference between the real image and virtual image. I hope by the end of this session you will be clear with what is a real image and what is a virtual image because mostly बहुत confusion होता है. अगर real image और virtual image का concept clear नहीं होगा तो आगे का जो भी part है ना वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है? So this lesson is dedicated today's video is dedicated mostly to understand about the difference between the real image and the virtual image. All right. So here the honeybee that you see is the real image. Okay? The image that you see on the mirror or the hologram that you see of the honeybee, that is a virtual image. वो हम लोग को दिखता है कि मिरर के पीछे साइड पे है, बट एक्चुअली ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, वो सिर्फ हम लोगों को दिखाई दे रहा है. So that is a virtual image. So real image is the image which is formed when the light rays meet at a particular point after reflection from the mirror. ठीक है, हम लोगों को अगर कोई मिरर के थ्रू भी रिफ्लेक्शन होता है और हम लोगों को वो चीज दिखाई दे रही है तो इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ रियल इमेज. Whereas a virtual image refers to the image which forms when the light rays appears to meet at definite point after reflection from the mirror. ठीक है, so this is the difference between the real image and virtual image. I hope by this the concept of real image and virtual image is quite clear to all my students. All right, so I hope with this the chapter is this part of the chapter is quite clear to all my students. Please see to it that if you relate these examples to your day-to-day life, things will become much easier to understand. So whatever you're learning, see to it that you relate to the things around you and things will be much clear to you all. Please go through the video again if you haven't understood any point. We will meet you in the next coming period with a new and interesting video with the next part of the chapter. Till then, thank you. If you liked the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.